Students, today we will see different types of clusters. Clustering aims to find useful groups of objects where usefulness is defined by the goals of the data analysis. There are several different notions of cluster that prove useful in practice. There are different types of clusters here. First one, well separated clusters. Second one, prototype based clusters. Third one, graph based clusters. Fourth one, density based clusters. Next one, fifth one, shared property or conceptual clusters. So first we will see what is meant by well separated clusters. So well separated clusters is nothing but the data can be divided into different clusters based on the distance as a measurement. So the data can be divided into groups based on the distance. So one cluster having some elements, the elements within the cluster are more nearer than the elements of the other cluster. One cluster is having the elements. So for example, here there are two clusters as shown in below figure. So the blue vowel is one cluster and the light green vowel is the other cluster. So then these two are well separated clusters. Okay, completely the first cluster is far from the second cluster. So the elements in the blue vowel are completely far away to the elements in the green vowel. So cluster 1, cluster 2 are completely separated. So that is nothing but the well separated clusters strategy. So a cluster is a set of objects in which each object is closer to every other object in the cluster than to any object not in the cluster. An example of well separated clusters that consists of two groups of points in a two-dimensional space is given below. So here the distance between any 2 points in different groups is larger than the distance between any 2 points within a group. As shown in the above figure, in cluster 1 blue vowel, the elements distance is very near. The distance between elements is very near here. So again in cluster 2 also, in green vowel the elements all are very nearer. So comparative to so the distance between one cluster to other cluster. For example, here in this figure itself, the elements in the blue vowel, so each and every pixel we considered as a element. So then the element which is having blue color is far away from the element which is having in green color. So that is the main strategy of well separated clusters. Next, second one, prototype based clusters. Prototype based clusters is nothing but, so here based on the prototype the clustering can be done here. Based on the prototype means prototype here the continuous attributes, the attributes may be the categorical attributes or continuous attributes. Based on the strategy, based on the attribute nature, we will divide the data elements into clusters. That is nothing but the prototype based clusters. A cluster is a set of objects or points such that an object in a cluster is closer to the prototype that defines the cluster than to the prototype of any other cluster. So for data with continuous attributes, the prototype of a cluster is often a centroid, the average of all points in the cluster. So for example, first case is the data with continuous attributes. Data consists of some continuous attributes. So for continuous attributes means for example, any attribute if we will take, so it is having some values in a continuous manner. So for example, if age we have taken, so that is age is a continuous attribute. Okay, next height if we have taken, so it is a continuous order. Temperature if we have taken, so temperature it is a continuous value. So like that data with continuous attributes, the prototype of a cluster is often a centroid the average of all the points in the cluster. Okay, so when the data has categorical attributes, the prototype is often a medoid, the most representative point of the cluster. So categorical attributes means the attributes are having different categories. So for example, so the attributes are for example teenage people. So next category wise teenage people and middle aged and senior citizen. Teenage people having teenage youngsters having some properties, those are different from the middle aged people, some 25 to 60. So next 25 to 60, those are all are employees, those are having some features, those are different from the senior citizen, that is more than 60 years aged. So here based on the representative point of a cluster, so the representative point is nothing but, so from 13 to 21 or 13 to 25, so the 13 to 25 the people are having some properties, those are completely different from the 25 to 60. So again from 25 to 60, those are having some properties, those are the purchasing ability, so the purchasing strategy that may be different from the greater than 60 senior citizen purchasing ability. So like that we are having different categorical attributes. So here prototype, based on the prototype the clustering can be done. So here the prototype if the attributes are continuous attributes, then the prototype refers to the centroid of the particular cluster. So centroid value is for example 4, so nearer to that value only the elements within the cluster present. So from 1 to 7 or 8, only particular that values only come into one cluster if the centroid value is 4. So like that in categorical attributes, if the data has categorical attributes, then what is the representative point of the cluster? If the representative point of the cluster is nothing but so categorical attributes within one cluster, the representative point maybe in one cluster as we discussed above, the same example we will take here. So 3 clusters are there. Cluster 1 consists of all teenage people data, so 13 to 25 teenage and youth data. Next 25 to 60, all 25 to 60 is all the people are employees here. So then in the second cluster those all are having some similar properties. So like that in the third cluster, so senior citizen greater than 60 years, those all are having some common features. So representative point here is nothing but, so for first cluster, so those are nothing but the students less than 25 years age, those are students. So next 25 to 60, those are all are employees. Next so for greater than 60, those all are senior citizens. So like that the clusters can be divided here. So for many types of data, prototype can be regarded as the most central point, and in such cases we refer the prototype based clusters as center based clusters. An example of center based clusters is given below. So this red circle is one cluster and the blue circle is one cluster. So if the centroid is a middle point, so that is nothing but the average of all point values. So in cluster 1 in red circle, the centroid is nothing but average of all values in the cluster 1, that is the cluster which is having red color. The elements within the cluster 2 is within cluster 2. The centroid of a cluster 2 is nothing but the average of all point values of cluster 2. So next graph based cluster. So graph based cluster is nothing but the clustering can be done here, so that looks like a graph. So for example in the figure Three S shapes we can see in first part. Okay, so in first part, first S shape is in light green color, next light blue color, next light red color. So here in first S shape we are having different points, those are nearer to each other, so they combine together, form a cluster. So that is for example it is a cluster 1. So then like that in cluster 2 also, light blue color, different points combined and form a cluster, so that is a cluster 2. Next cluster 3 also, so all the points nearer are combined together and form cluster 3. So these clusters look like in a graph manner, that's why it is called as a graph based cluster. So if data is represented in a graph in which a group of objects are connected to one another, so but that have no connection to objects outside the group, then that cluster is a graph based cluster. An example of graph based cluster is contiguity based cluster, where two objects are connected if they are within a specified distance of each other. So in the figure second part we will see the distance between 2 points. So within specified distance only the 2 points should be present. So then only we can consider the 2 points belong to the same cluster. So that is about the graph based cluster. Next, density based cluster. So density is nothing but within a particular space how many points or how many elements or how many objects are present. So density based cluster, here in density based cluster we will see the elements in one cluster are within a space, those are the elements count is high than compared to the cluster that consists of elements that are actually count will be less to the compared to the first cluster. Okay, a cluster is a dense region of points which is separated by low density regions from other regions of high density. So here itself the same point here discussed. A cluster is a dense region of points which is separated by low density region from other regions of high density. Okay, in figure we can see thick blue circle and a light blue circle. So in thick blue circle the points are very near compared to the light blue circle. So that means thick blue circle we can say this is a high density region. So light blue circle we can say this as a low density region. So here the density is nothing but number of points within a particular space. So high density means number of points in that particular region is very high, number of points are very high. So low density region is nothing but the number of points are less compared to the high density region. A density based cluster is used when the clusters are irregular or intertwined and when noise and outliers are present. Okay, so that is about the density based clusters. Next, shared property or conceptual cluster. So shared property clusters or conceptual clusters are nothing but the clusters is nothing but up to now till now we have seen each and every cluster is having some properties, those are completely different from the other clusters. But shared property clusters are nothing but the clusters share some features. So if for example within a specified region we are having 3 clusters, those clusters, first cluster, second cluster and third clusters, those are commonly sharing some properties from the entire region data elements. If the entire region is having some elements, so 100 elements, First cluster is having 20 elements, second cluster is having 20 elements, third cluster is having 20 elements. Then three clusters combined together, they are having 60 elements only. So but here in shared property cluster or conceptual clusters, each cluster takes or shares the properties of the entire region. Entire 100 points features can be shared by the each clusters. Okay, three clusters having only 60 elements, but remaining 40 elements features also can be shared by these three clusters. A cluster in which set of objects share some property is a shared property cluster. Points in cluster share some general property that derives from the entire set of points. The objects in a center based cluster share the property that they are all closest to the same centroid or medoid. So that is nothing but the shared property or conceptual clusters. Okay, these are the different types of clusters. Shared property or conceptual clusters, that is based on the shared property. Next, density based cluster, that is based on the density feature, how many number of points present within a particular space. Next, graph based clusters, the cluster which can be formed within a particular element to element, we fix some particular distance only, so it forms a graph, then it is a graph based cluster. Next, prototype based cluster. Prototype based cluster is nothing but completely based on the prototype. For categorical attributes, it is one type of procedure. So and for continuous attributes, it is nothing but the centroid. So like that, for this is the prototype based clusters. Next, well separated clusters. Well separated clusters are nothing but completely depends on the distance. One cluster is completely far away from other cluster. So